Hey gang, Christine here, and we are working on another case. We've got the case of Donnis, Pinky Redman, and Michael Lawrence Griffin, who were, Donnis was, I guess we'll call her Pinky, was 14, and Michael was 18 when they left from San Pedro, California. They were headed to Las Vegas. Some thought to get married, and they were seen, I guess, in Las Vegas, and they were headed in the 1950 Dodge Charger belonging to Michael. Now, what happened was, I think it was like 3 days later, Michael's car turned up abandoned in downtown Williams, and that's where we're headed now. So we're going to talk a little bit about that case, although I haven't gotten into it in too much detail. I wanted to get a visual of what the downtown looked like, especially coming from the Grand Canyon. All right, so we see here, I have never been to downtown Williams, 1881, gateway to the Grand Canyon. I don't know if this is the downtown. We'll go over here and we'll check it out. Now, how did we end up on Pinky and Michael? Because I've been working, I am currently in the Grand Canyon area working on another case of Mary Begay and Ida Lee, two Navajo ladies who were working in the Grand Canyon at the motels and went missing in 1956. In 1958, authorities found remains, unknown human remains. I want to say, it's a very small distance, just maybe, I think it's 10 to 12 miles southeast of the Grand Canyon entrance. And they called those remains Little Miss X. And it was actually Little Miss X that led me to Ida and Mary's case, because I thought originally that Mary could be Little Miss X, but there's a whole story there, and you'll have to look at that video. But when they were looking at Little Miss X, they felt that Little Miss X could be, and I just thought of something else, could be Pinky, because they found, it was either a comb or a nail file that had a P and an R initials on it, and they found clothing adjacent to Little Miss X. And Pinky and Michael have never been found. They've never been found. Their bodies have never been found. And we know nothing. And I thought, while I was up here in Williams, I guess I'm in the downtown. I'm trying to find the downtown area. I don't have exact specifics. I'm going to have to do a FOIA, see if I can get that police report. But just trying to get an idea of, this looks like a little residential area, why they could have come to Williams. So rumors have it that they got married, and maybe they went to see the Grand Canyon, and just like we saw the sign, it says the gateway to the Grand Canyon. Now, some of the notes, this is not my research, but this is some of the notes. I had questioned, excuse me, my AI assistant. I said, man, she was 14. Were they boyfriend and girlfriend, and they left from California, like that's what was up? And again, my AI assistant says, oh, that might be the downtown there. Let me see. trying to find, there's got to be a cute little downtown, right? Main Street, that's what I'm looking for. So my AI assistant said that, yes, she was 13. They were, and this is back in the 50s. So, they got together. My grandmother was she 15? Was she 13? She was 15 when she got married. I think she was 16 when she had her first daughter. So, yeah, this looks like a cute little downtown. So this is where his car would have been found abandoned. Now, you can't see it. I'll maybe have to spin around. But there's a railroad depot here that goes to, let me spin around in this parking lot and then you can see it. There's a railroad depot here that goes to up to the Grand Canyon. The train goes up and back to the Grand Canyon. Now, we're talking about 1958, so we have no idea. You can see the train cars, all kinds of railway stuff here. Here's some more decorative stuff ahead here. Okay, so lots of train stuff so far that I've seen. Let me stop for a moment before we go downtown. So, I don't know, did they take the train? Did they take this train up to the Grand Canyon and something happened to them because they didn't come and claim the car? And once again, I'm working 2 missing people who I, as a former cop, presume are deceased. I don't know. I've got to dig into those cases fully. This is very cute downtown. We'll just drive around a little bit and take a look. So I feel that they're possibly deceased. That's 2 right there. And then we've got Pinky and Michael. We don't know what's happened to them. And then we have Little Miss X. Now, we don't know what the downtown and all this area looked like back in the 50s. It's very cute still. I mean, a lot of the buildings to me look to be original. So we don't know. What do you think's happened? So that's something else. That's something else to take a look at. 2 more cases that we have to take a look at. Go up the other. This is one way. I'll go up the other way. Cute hotels. Very Route 66-ish, right? But yeah, what the heck happened to them? Now, I was saying, my AI assistant, I might have said it, might not have said it, because I get a little nervous talking when I'm driving in the downtown, because you don't want to clip. You don't want to clip someone who's walking. And I guess this case was investigated per my assistant, which is AI, so we have to take that with a grain of whatever. It was an endangered female case, so maybe they ran away to get married. That's, I guess, the theme. Oh, this says best of Route 66, so. And the Santa Fe, so apparently this railroad, and again, I'm a newbie on all this stuff here, this railroad used to be part of the Santa Fe line. So they could have taken the railroad. So would she have met a demise by him? Right? We have to look at all theories. Could she have met her demise from Michael? Well, could have happened, but if that would have happened, he would have picked up his car, right? Like if they wouldn't have run away together probably, and he would have gotten his car. He would have gotten his car. And they wouldn't have run away together, right? I don't know. We just don't know. We are in the complete getting to know the case, theory stage, and we just don't know. We just don't know, which is what happens in a lot of these cases, right? And so, especially when we have our unidentified human remains, we really can't start to identify them unless there's distinctive physical features until we have the victimology, until we know who they are. If they are a victim, I mean, they're obviously a victim of the elements if that happened, but the victimology, if they are a victim of foul play. And this is what Williams is looking like. So lots of good stuff to look at. Again, this is a brand new case. I really haven't gotten into it too much, but I will. And while I was here, I wanted to take a look at Williams. I wanted to get an idea of what was going on and where the Williams tie to the Grand Canyon Park is. And I will say, it is not that far. It's about an hour, but the train apparently goes, I think, several times a day back and forth to the Grand Canyon. And they could have taken the train right up there, and then the trams and different things go around the Grand Canyon. So, very cute. Again, we don't know what it looked like in 1958, but we can kind of imagine because there's so many of those cute buildings that, you know, probably are the original architecture. And we're following this this poor truck. This poor truck, he's stuck here. He probably wants to, he's going to the grocery store. There's some modernization. There's the Safeway. And there's the Dairy Queen. All right, so this gives us an idea. I think we'll end it here. And there's a little motor court lodge. Okay, so this is historic Route 66. So we're getting a little bit of Americana. At the same time. Old buildings. Very old buildings. Look at that one. The Mountain Man Mercantile. That is very cool. We'll go over here so we can go straight. So you can see it. Wow, there's a lot of iconic stuff. I don't know if you can see the big cowboy out there. The sun's kind of... Motor Hotel. So that could have been original stuff. To look at these stores and everything. This is great. This would be interesting to see how much, just from a preservation standpoint, how much was kept. Cruising on Route 66. That looks like a little store. It's very cute. This is very cute. I think a lot of the buildings look original. So they could have come down, I don't know. Now the question is, and I don't have it off the top of my head, how far is this from Las Vegas? Did they want to do their honeymoon at the Grand Canyon? I wonder, did anybody check for hotel reservations here in Williams or in the Grand Canyon? Again, I'll have to FOIA. I'll have to get the case, okay? But there we go. Now we've seen it. We've got the view. And I'll be back to you with another episode. Again, we're talking about Donnis, Pinky Redman, and Michael Lawrence Griffin, 1958, missing from Williams, Arizona, and we don't know what happened to him.